I'm starting to think this Colorado team might be good, like very good. Avs win over the Tampa Bay Lightning 4-1. The Avs are settling into routine wins. They now have 4 in a row here and have won 7 of their last 8, and these last few have looked normal. Get leads, keep leads, win games. You don't have to blow them out. You don't have to do anything fantastical. You just play solid hockey. And a big portion of that is the Avs converting on the opportunities that their opponents give them. It's exactly how they score the first goal of this game. After a shot from Tampa Bay that skitters out, the Avs never even get possession of this puck. This is shoveled back by Tampa towards their own blue line, and things just go the Avs' way. Tatar gets in and tries to make something happen here, but he misses this puck. The play doesn't get made here. It just gets through him and Hedman, and it's off to the races from there. Now, you saw right there, Hedman kind of stumbles. We can roll it back a little bit. You can't really tell from this angle, but he is getting held up a little bit. His stick gets tangled up with Kiviranta on the bench. I don't know. You make what you want of it. I don't think there's a ton there, but I also think there's a little something there. Whatever. Either way, Hedman falls over, which clears the lane for Ryan Johansen. It creates a 2-on-1 opportunity with him and Jonathan Drouin. Johansen does a good job looking off Vasilevsky, looking at Drouin all the way in until he gets to the hash marks where he looks in, picks his spot, and beats Vasilevsky. Did Kiviranta cheat on the bench there a little bit? Maybe. Was it incidental contact? Maybe. Put it to you this way. If I was rooting for Tampa, I'd be upset about it. But also, did he really do enough to knock him over? I don't think so. And again, if Johansen doesn't score that goal, if it's a save by Vasilevsky, we all forget about it immediately. So good on the Avs to take advantage of the opportunity, whether it was just or not. That was the only goal of the first period, so the Avs playing one solidly to start. And I don't think the metrics are great here. The Avs did get outshot in every single period, but the first period was by far the Avs' best at 5-on-5. They significantly out-generated on the fancy stats. More scoring chances for, double the amount of high danger chances, getting nearly a full half goal more of expected goals. Things went kind of downhill with the fancies after the first period, but a lot of that is because the Avs had a 3-0 lead. They were able to play from a place of comfortable and not having to work that hard. Despite that, the Avs kept the total high danger chances even at the end of the game. So it really was quite solid 5-on-5 play from Colorado. As per usual, they took far too many penalties. You don't love that, but their PK does a good job, their power play does a good job, and they win the special teams battle too. You're also now starting to drift into interesting territory when it comes to Ryan Johansen, as he picks up the second goal of the game to add to the first. Good offense usually starts with good defense. You have Point cutting through to the middle here, and Tatar does a good job to come off of his spot and pick him up and ultimately block a shot or pass towards the front of the net. That creates a loose puck, which Cale Makar gets on, and yeah, you're not going to stop that guy once he gets up to speed. And Tatar, from the defensive play to the offensive side, is able to get in and create this odd man rush. He's going to get this puck eventually. He makes a great shot. Vasilevsky makes a great save, but the rebound pinballs out, and no one picked up Ryan Johansen as the extra man in. Tampa overcommitting to Cale Makar, no one on the third man, and Ryjo gets a freebie. Is that right place, right time for Ryjo? Yeah. Absolutely. But it doesn't change the fact that you're starting to see the goal production come for him at 5-on-5, and he's now on a 35 goal pace on the season. More importantly than just the goal scoring, though, I thought he looked fantastic tonight all over the ice, working along the boards, winning puck battles, setting up plays, drawing penalties. He was doing it all super well. That's the guy that looks like a top 6 center for Colorado. You're also starting to see a good amount of flexibility from Ryjo. Tonight, he was with Tatar and Drouin. He's done a little bit of that lately, but you've seen him play with Nichushkin at times. You've seen him play with other members moving up and down the lineup. I don't think he's going to continue scoring at this rate, but if he can continue to be a steady presence on that second line, the Avs really have something built here. And then the best player in the world scores power play goals. So here's the harsh reality of the Avs power play. They're not doing anything special. They're not even doing anything particularly interesting. They sit around the perimeter, they wait for a shooting lane to open, and then Makar shoots it. This isn't even a good shot. It definitely hits something on the way in, kind of floats through, and then kicks off the ice. Vasilevsky, just screened in front, never sees this, and things go the Avs' way. It still counts. They don't all have to be bangers. Here's a fun race this year. There are 3 teams in the NHL that currently have 31 points. Cale Makar has 32 points. Will there be a single team that gets more points than Cale Makar this year? My assumption is probably, but the fact that I'm considering the possibility that the answer to that question is no is ridiculous. From there, Tampa did push back, and what initially looked like the Avs giving one of those goals back pretty quickly gets flipped over on its head as Tampa ends up going offside on the play and the goal comes back. There's not much to show you here. They didn't even have a particularly good angle of the blue line for the offside. It is what it is. A good job by the Avs video coach to call that one out and get the Avs still going at 3-0. Unfortunately, that 3-1 goal would come eventually at the very end of the second period. Just shouldn't be a dangerous play here. The Bolts are stuck in their own zone. There's nothing fancy here. The Avs, in theory, should have two defensemen back, but what you can't see off screen is Anthony Cirelli is ahead of Josh Manson up the ice. Manson just gets caught here for his man, and it's a free breakaway for Cirelli, which he makes count 5-hole. Not a great goal, especially in the last minute of a period, a situation the Avs have really struggled in over the last decent stretch. You really got to find ways to keep plays in front of you. Understand the game situation. Understand you're about to go up 3 into a third period, and this game is all but over if you get there. It's a pretty big nitpick here, knowing how this game ends, but still a factor. And what happens in this third period? Nothing. Do the Avs sag off a bit? Yes, absolutely. But do they get caved? No. I want to show you the last third of this chart here. This third is the third period only of this game. And you can see for the first half of the third period, the Avs were at worst keeping up with Tampa and arguably a little bit better when it comes to possession metrics. Now, Tampa did have a push at the end of the game, but that was after the empty netter. Everything was well in hand. The game was over there. These are the types of things I'm talking about. Sometimes these metrics can be deceiving because you have to take score effects and when things happen into account. And even with that, the Avs only gave up 2 high danger chances in the third period total. So they really did not give Tampa much. And behind all this is Alexandar Georgiev, who saves 37 of 38 shots in this game, including a couple of great saves. It really does feel like the Avs are starting to put it all together here. Yes, you haven't gotten the flair all-timer type goals from McKinnon and Rantanen, but McKinnon had 2 points tonight. Makar had 2 points tonight, including a goal. Your top players are producing, and your middle guys are producing too. Obviously, Ryjo tonight, the guy doing the most of it. This feels like a team that has built into something that is going to be tough to stop. They can beat you in so many different ways, and they can make it look routine. It's a good hockey team. That is the end of this game video review. Thank you for watching. Head on over to thednvr.com for all of our coverage. I am Rudo, and this team's starting to feel like it might have that something.